Hey, it's 6 Plus here, and today I want to talk a little bit about the new treasure map changes and how we should play around them. So, the first change is that in every fight there is a 5 turns of class or color specific cooldown reduction, and the second change is, as you can see here, is that in every fight there are only 3 stages now instead of 5. Um, and when the fight is shortened by 2/5, it also means that for every extra second we spend in the fight, we are now more inefficient compared to before because of proportions. So essentially, we don't want to spend our time manually attacking the mobs one by one, and instead we wanna use AoE nukers. Mm, and Okay, so I want to show you some of the units I think are very useful in every treasure map, and you should at least know about them. Um, and what all these units have in common are that they are nukers and will have their nukes ready by stage 1. So first up is Kaido Crew. He's one of my favorite nukers, and um, one of the best captains during treasure map because he have a high multiplier, um, and also doesn't require being boosted to access his nukes. You don't need 6 powerhouses to use him properly, as some people might think. All you need is his super swap to charge his special, and when you use him as a captain, his switch effect is ready always. Um, so his super switch allows him to deal 500,000 damage as AoE, and it's instantly. And it also charges his special. His special is also a AoE nuke and an infinity booster. So the second one is Treasure Map Sorrow. He is, in my opinion, in the same league as Kaido Crew, a fast AoE nuke with double special activation. So he is always ready, and you have 2 nukes, so you don't need to use another spot uh, for a team. And then we have the other guys. They are also always ready with their nukes, but you need to pair them up with another one of them, so you can cover both stages. And for these Burgess, you need to. Some you may never expend your keys on him because it's not very smart. Because you don't have a lot of materials, but I did it because I needed him once. Here are some other nukers. This Arena Caesar is also very good. He's not as good as Sorrow because his nukes have some delay because you also get a conditional boost and it takes time, but nonetheless very useful because he has a double special, so he can save you a spot, and that may be very valuable. Some of the other guys, this is a free to play very old Colosseum unit, so he consumes strength orbs to nuke, and you may wonder how I get the strength orbs, but it's in his crewmate ability that you start with all the strength orbs you need. And we have, this is a pirate festival or PvP unit. He also nukes, but he is slower than his other counterpart, the Colosseum Josu, because he has a weird animations when he uses it. And then we have this inner. And why don't I show you the speed actually? We have a stage here that's 3 stages long, so it can emulate the actual treasure map length. Yeah, inside the treasure map fight, that's 3 stages. So we can see here that Kaido is not ready with his special, but the others are. That's because the limit break. But we are only here for the switch, and then you can see that his special is charged. You just need to swap once and it's ready for the final stage. And for the final stage, in the beginning when they have a very low HP, you just use a special and that nukes them down. It's very fast, very simple, and you have access to a lot of units because he boosts powerhouse, strength and quick. And maybe I should show you the other guys, their special speed. Here, maybe we should show you the Josu and Burgess, because not many have used them ever, I think, but they are very fast when you launch their special. Yeah, and that's that. So for the so in a team you have two. If you have 2 nukers, you will have 3 other spots to fill with the required utility you need. And here we have some other characters that are very useful, but they need to be boosted to have their specials ready. But when they are ready, they are very good because they are nukers and they have double special activations, so they save you a slot in your team when you use them. Yeah, and then we have Kid here. This Kid is a one-man army if he is allowed to use his special, because it's a attack booster, a ore booster, affinity booster, but also a nuke that you can use multiple times. And when you use it first time, he goes to half HP, then you heal up, then you can use it, because your HP was over half HP, you will have it ready again for 3rd use on the stage 3, and then you can use that a 3rd time and also use your friend captain once. Then you have a attack and ore boost, and then you have his super type special, and you will have orb manipulation. So then you have 4 other slots that you can use for utility that you need on that stage. And here we have some very useful captains. Always has to be a captain because they are either super class or super types, and all you need is to fulfill their activation requirement, and you have a nuke that you can use essentially on turn 1 and on turn 2, or stage 1 or stage 2. And sometimes they are not boosted, but you're not there for their special, you're just there for their will clear and high captain multiplier. They're all 5 up to 5 times captains, and the only downside for them is when their super type or super class requirement is fulfilled, they will have some animation time, but other than that, these are very good units to have. And then we have the free-to-play Luffy. He's always boosted in treasure maps, so you just need to find a stage for him that he is boosted color-wise or class-wise, so he gets another cooldown reduction on top of being a booster. And then you will have his super type ready for nukes, and then you will have his special ready to burst the the main boss on that stage. But yeah, maybe you don't always need his special if not required, but he as long as you have his activation requirement fulfilled, it's fine, because you just want the fast AoE wave clear. And here we have a category that's buggy, like on one of these stages on the treasure map, and for the upcoming one it's Kinemon, and one of the bosses are always a lower HP scaling than the other bosses, and they have much fewer disruptive mechanics, so you can just use Buggy plus Clash Big Mom to nuke them down. We also have access to if you have access to Koala, the strategy will essentially last longer, because you have more HP to work with, because this Koala heals them up again and also boosts their max HP pool. And when your HP is not enough anymore, I always opt in to this super type Sorrow, and not for his special, but because of his super type that is a wave clear as long as you fulfill it. Very good. And then also he is a 1.5 HP multiplier captain, and it's not for only dex units. His 1.5 HP is for everyone, so you will always have a ton of HP to work with on higher levels. And then we have the end of turn category, Kaido, very useful, a little bit slower because of his animations in the beginning of each stage, but if the boss is quick and doesn't have a lot of disruptive mechanics, that for example clearing all the positive buffs and such, then you can use Kaido and just blast through him without even launching anything. Then we have this kid. He's not as useful as he was before, because there's only 2 stages he can clear now, and he's also a little bit, these end of turn characters are a little bit more clunky to use, because you have to attack and then you wait for the end of turn damage to come in, but nonetheless very 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 useful to have access to if you don't have the other characters. And here is another kid that's also end of turn. And yeah, that was what I had to say, and I want to thank you all for the support on the channel, and do leave a comment on what you want to see more of. And I have some videos about limit break expansions that I want to share, so stay tuned for those, and good luck on Treasure Map.